show, the fast 5 things you need to know. We'll start your day off swirly, it's the toast. I sound amazing.
Welcome back to The Toast. Today's episode is brought to you by Babylist. We are so excited to talk to you about Babylist today, my new favorite app. As you guys know, culturally, I'm not really comfortable buying things for the baby yet, but the Babylist app has been the most amazing for creating registries, getting organized, creating checklists, and we are so excited to be working with them. If you visit babylist.com/thetoast, you'll start your registry for free or to find your friends' registries and give the best baby gifts. Create your registry this month at babylist.com/thetoast, and you'll automatically be entered to win a $500 Babylist gift card through the end of April. Full giveaway terms can be found at babylist.com/hello-baby/giveaway-rules. Whether you're building your own registry or helping a friend get the best stuff, Babylist is a game changer.
We're helping a sister.
Welcome back to The Toast, everyone. Hope everybody's having a pargy. Gargy. Oh, I'm having a Gargy Pargy Wednesday. You want to know why?
Because you're wearing a Gargy Pargy set. A Gargy Pargy lowercase, Gargy Pargy uppercase set.
I'm wearing our new Gargy Pargy set. I'm wearing it in an extra large. And I didn't wear a jacket today, so I'm walking to work. And the back of this sweatshirt just says in huge letters, like, Gargy Pargy. And I'm walking to work, and it was like a quiet block, you know? And I hear someone scream, and before she even said it, I like knew that it was a scream directed towards me. She goes, Gargy Pargy. And I turned around, it was just like a toaster in the wild. I don't know if she thought I was a toaster in the wild, not the toaster in the wild, but it was a great moment for women.
The head of Toast Relations.
Correct.
That's very exciting. I am wearing our aforementioned rugby polo long sleeve shirt. It is this baby blue. It's got the GSU on the breast because I am a graduate of Girly Swirly University. I am highly educated. I'm a highly educated individual, and I think that shows. And so I wear this shirt with pride. Go
And
Swirlies.
with a lot of drama surrounding the collegiate system right now, it's really important that we support universities that protect all students. And GSU is an accredited university where all are welcome.
It's very true. And a place that you can be proud to be an alum of. I think a lot of alumni these days are feeling really ashamed of where they spent 4 years and spent all their money.
Mm-hmm. It's so true.
And not GSU alums, they're prouder than ever.
Never. So Toast merch, if you're looking for like everything that you will be able to buy, we just posted on our Instagram at The Toast, all the pieces. They're sweatshirts, sweatpants, t-shirts, mugs, hats, tote bags. Everybody's talking about the tote bag.
The tote bags are insane. We actually made them almost a year ago, but they just like didn't make it into a drop for some reason. I have been using those tote bags for a year. I take them grocery shopping. I take them everywhere. I use them as diaper bags. Like, you need a girly tote bag. You need it.
It's so true.
If you get nothing else, like, but get other stuff, you need a girly tote bag.
Everything launches tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern time on shoptoastmerch.com. Just a reminder that the way we're doing merch these days is a little bit different because we took your feedback. So things will ship in 1 to 2 weeks, but that does mean that they're limited stock. Now, we did order a ton, and I think we did a good job. Some things might sell out, but if you're looking for like certain sizes or specific items, I would suggest getting on at 10 a.m. Eastern time exact, perhaps setting an alarm. And if something does sell out, we are going to be opening it up to pre-order.
We forgot to mention that yesterday.
So if something that you wanted sells out or the size you weren't able to get, you can pre-order it, but just know like it will take minimum 6 weeks to ship. So we're doing our best to get everybody everything they need whilst also, you know, keeping the shipping times down.
Yeah, so that's very exciting. We'll see you tomorrow. How was your April Fool's? Did you survive? Did you get pranked?
Let me tell you, I didn't get got once, and I'm like, I was so fucking on it.
Why does it feel like so many people announced stuff yesterday, like real stuff? What is it? And by the way, we did that too. We announced our merch.
No, that was a confusing part of the day. And as a business owner, like it is annoying that like this day becomes sort of like funky because you do also like need to do regular business on this day, you know, Lauren Bostic.
Well, yeah, I saw she launched toilet paper and I was like, that's fucking brilliant. And Claudia was like, it's April Fool's.
It's a prank.
I'm like, I don't think it is. It's in Women's Wear Daily. Like, I think it's real. And
they had to put it in the caption, being like, no, this isn't a prank.
Turned out to be real, but it's like, is there a strategy behind doing an April Fool's? Do you get like more engagement because people are unsure?
You might, but I don't know if that's like helping with your conversions. I would love to ask Lauren how the launch went. Like, it's actually so annoying. And I was thinking the same because we had these big plans for April Fools with Spritz. We were doing like a fake Manischewitz collab that may or not actually be happening. But then I also had to launch the merch. And I'm like, people are going to think like these are back-to-back pranks. But what's funny about merch? But I just hate that we had to caveat being like, not a prank, real merch, shopchanel.com. Like,
well, Shop Chanel is the prank.
Like, it's just annoying. I am getting over like social media April Fools. Like, for a while, I had a lot of fun for a lot of years. Nobody blew me away this year. Like, and thankfully, I didn't see anybody faking any pregnancy announcements, which I was grateful for, because you know that's a one-way ticket to Cancellationville.
No, someone who faked a pregnancy announcement but crushed it is Amy Schumer, because she took a secret video of her telling her husband she's pregnant. And he was like, "You don't have a uterus."
Oh, okay, that's funny. I'll allow it. I didn't see
funny.
that.
I feel like there were so many less pranks this year, which was nice. And there was one really good one that I saw, and it was the sort of thing that's like, wait, now I want that. And it was Dyson.
The eyebrow.
The Dyson brow.
They made like basically a Dyson Airwrap like for your hair, but it's like the size of your finger, and it's for your eyebrows to like blow out your eyebrows. Let me tell you, people would buy that. I didn't think it was so crazy.
I didn't think, and what's going to be annoying is like, especially on Instagram in feed, you know, we're going to get April Fool's pranks like in a few weeks, and you just have to check the date on everything.
Yeah, I felt really proud. Like, some years I really got. Even in my personal life, as you guys know, Jackie's friend Dana from the Redheads is like, this is her Christmas. Like, it's her Super Bowl. She wakes up at 5 a.m. She probably plans them weeks in advance.
She does.
She did not get me, bitch. She did not.
She got me so good that I still have to like remember that it wasn't true. But basically, I woke up with like so many texts, and one was from the Redheads. We're planning our next episode, and she sent a screenshot from the author that we're reading this month. And the author had written on his Instagram story, like, "Hey, just found out that the Redheads are reading whatever his new book is called for their next episode. They're always so hilarious, insightful. Like, give it a listen." And then it was like a book emoji and a worm. And I just wrote back like, "Oh my God, like that's so cool. That would happen."
You didn't go like double check?
I went on with my day, and then I realized it was April Fool's, and I was like, damn, I wonder why I haven't heard from Dana yet. She always gets me early in the morning. And then later she said it was April Fool's. I was like, oh, okay. That one was really ingrained in my mind.
The key to Dana's success is she gets you so early. It's like the first thing you see in the morning. But I think her prank for me, not to criticize because she's really good at it, her prank for me this year was so stupid that like, she could have caught me in the middle of the night and I wouldn't have believed it. She was like, "Oh my God, did you see Elise Myers is back on TikTok? She's launching an OnlyFans." And like, that would just never fucking happen. Like, it's just.
Elise Myers is like your guys' favorite.
Well, me and Dana are like always talking about Elise Myers, like her whole saga on TikTok, and then she disappeared and she hasn't been seen in like a year. So I guess it was like she's back, but also she's becoming an OnlyFans. Like, that so would never happen. It was just, listen, I don't want to criticize. I know she's busy. You know, she became a mother this year. She can't do everything. My prank wasn't good. Sorry.
Maybe you'll get a new one.
And the way that she wrote it too, she was like, "Run, don't walk to TikTok." Who talks like that?
Certainly not her.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, good job, Dana. Another year we survived April Fools.
Yeah.
But it's not a joke how cute Bruno is, I'll tell you that much.
Speaking of Dana, are you in the March Madness bracket? Did you do it?
No, I didn't do it.
Why?
Because if you send me a text message, I'm not going to answer, let alone fill out a bracket. Like, it's bad timing.
So I did it because like last year Dana forced me. It was the first year I did it. And I low-key came in like second place. I almost won. I had just like made shit up. So I thought I had the knack for the brack.
You had the elk of bracket?
I had the knack for the brack. That's good. So this year I just kind of, I let like my, you know, vibes take me. I was just like clicking on logos and things that I'm literally in like 96th place. I already, like, there's no way I could win.
People in her league?
Let me tell you. I didn't check. I think there were some games last night, so I should check. Maybe something crazy happened.
She should have pranked you by saying you're in first place. Didn't she do that last year?
That would have been a good... No, but I was in first place for a while last year, and I ended up coming in second. Okay, I am in 43rd place. Okay, but I got 40 out of 63 picks correct. Like, I think that's pretty good, no?
Who's in first place?
Someone named Elizabeth.
Do they have a last name?
No, everybody just put their first name.
It might be Lizzie. It might be.
Oh, you know her?
Yeah. She went to college with us.
Dana's in third.
Wow. She's definitely cheating. Who's in second?
Margot Oshry. I think this is Margot. She's in 22nd place.
Who's in second place?
Someone named Neil. Like, do you know who that is?
Neil? No.
Jackie, there's like, how many people are in here? There's 50 people in here.
Maybe that's like her dad.
Oh, and
his name's not Neil.
My team, like, that I chose, lost. Alabama. Fuck them. Like, ugh.
You should have voted for Auburn.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Because the head coach is a Jew and a proud
I love
one.
him.
I love him.
If I had known, I obviously would have like led with my faith.
All the way. Hashem is with that team.
I would have let my faith lead me, but I didn't know that. Brian Perlman or whatever his name is.
He's such a king. I need to
Kinda
put him down
hot.
for Queenie.
Kind of hot, no?
Of course. And like, he's just such a rock star.
Righteousness makes you good looking.
Of course, your insides influence the way that you look on the outside.
So not crushing my bracket this year, which is disappointing, although not shocking. I guess it was more shocking last year that I almost won.
Yeah.
And it's a big pot because she gets so many people and you only have to pay like $25.
So how much you
It's like
win?
I think last year was like $1,000.
Who won last year?
I don't know. All I know is that it wasn't
I
me.
just feel like it was Emily. Don't you feel like that?
Emily Halperin?
Mm-hmm.
Like perhaps, but everybody just puts in their first name. Like I don't know who any of these people are.
Got it. Well, that's Dana's network. Her network
Right.
is her
She
net
has like
worth.
work, camp, home, college.
Yeah, other job that she was
Right.
at. She stays friends with everyone.
Like that could not be less me if I tried.
I know. But
Actually,
opposites
Ben,
attract.
that's very Ben too.
If he did a bracket, how many people you think he could get?
Oh, Ben would never do a bracket. It requires like so much organization. That's not his strong suit. I just mean that like Ben will be like, oh, I have a coffee meeting early in the
Yeah, with
morning.
my middle school friend.
No, like literally from my internship 11 years ago. I'm like, it's the opposite. I have like my 6 friends and I've known them forever. Every now and then I pick up a straggler, you know, Shannon. She's a newer one. But no, Ben literally keeps in contact with everyone. It's a great skill.
It is. It's a good thing.
It is.
It just ain't me.
That ain't me. Okay, I know everyone's like sick and tired of hearing me talk about this, even though I like low-key haven't talked about it that much. But I'm kind of like waiting for my baby to flip, like not to make everything about me.
I feel like you haven't shared this on the show.
Oh, have I not? Okay, so like my baby's like not like laying the right way. And I really need him to flip. Like it's time, you know? They say like this is the and every time I go, I really thought last time he had flipped. Like the kicks had changed. They said like you feel it more up by your ribs, like you'll know.
Where do you feel him right now?
Above the pussy, like, you know.
Oh.
I know.
Oh.
But I had such a terrible night's sleep last night and the baby was kicking like really weird. I feel like he was swirling around
flipping.
like maybe not flipping, but like maybe, you know, doing practice flips. Like
Yeah.
I think I really need to put out positive. And Dr. Fox is like, most people's baby flip like in the next couple of weeks. Like I'm still on track. I just have a bad feeling like that he's not going to flip. And I really want to push. Like that's the whole point. Like that's so classic. Like I want to be in a movie like, and like screaming at Ben. Like I want that. Like that's the whole point. That's why I did this.
To scream at Ben in a tenor you've never reached.
Correct. And like, do I need another excuse to hate my stomach? Like to have a big scar on it now? Like, please, I can't take that on. I can't.
Well, definitely put out like positive. I know that's like so corny, but definitely like positive manifestation.
Thoughts.
And then also there are things that people do like.
Okay, Dr. Fox said absolutely none of them are medically proven, but yes, people say
No,
and
they're not medically proven. And it's not the sort of thing Dr. Fox is going to endorse because it's like
Lauren
woo-woo.
Bostic said that Reiki, like a sound bath, flipped her baby. And then I was telling that to Dr. Fox and he was like, well, her baby was probably going to flip.
Right. But you should do it anyway.
But the further along we go,
Even
the less
though-
space in my belly for a baby to flip. Like, we gotta go.
Jax Taylor ruined Reiki.
Totally. This is such Ben Soffer behavior of the baby, though. Like, because if the baby was taking after me, like, we would have flipped weeks ago.
Yeah.
We would be ready to go. Bags are packed. We're ready to go. No, this is so Ben Soffer waiting till the last minute and, like, maybe not making the flight.
I do think you should like look into some of the Eastern things. It doesn't hurt. It's just could be a waste of time, but you have time.
My friend Rachel recommended acupuncture, and I actually thought that was a good suggestion.
I've been seeing a lot of positive things about acupuncture. Have you?
You know, Brian Kelly has this crazy story. You know, for years and years and years, Brian Kelly was like a pack-a-day smoker. I don't know if you know that about him. Yes, I know, but way before I knew him, like in his 20s and early 30s. And sorry for putting him on blast, but I think he said this before publicly. I'm pretty sure. And he wanted to quit really badly. He didn't know how. And he literally did one acupuncture session and never smoked a cigarette ever again.
Wow. I just saw a reel about acupuncture and what they were saying it can do. It's like magic.
Now, it failed my boy Theo. We did do canine acupuncture, but again, I think acupuncture was no match for like stage 4 cancer that is metastasized
I didn't hear
to your
about it
bones.
curing cancer.
Right. No, but something like this, you know what? I'm open. And I think there are fertility like acupuncture specialists who like do these types of things.
Yeah, I think you should reach out to your woo-woo friends for this
Ben.
one. Lauren, you should ask
Yeah,
her.
I should ask her if she knows a good acupuncturist in NYC, tri-state
She
area.
does.
For sure.
So yeah, let us know how that goes. You're taking
Just
a
send me-
journey east.
Send me flippy energy, you know?
Okay.
But sometimes a baby doesn't flip because like, and my physical therapist was telling me this, her baby didn't flip and like she, was the physical therapy queen. She wanted to push too. Turns out she had a very short umbilical cord. So had she delivered vaginally, like it would have been an issue. It would have been like bungeeing the baby.
Sometimes it's you have to trust the process.
Right. So she did a C-section, and it turns out that was kind of like her only option and the best option. So I'm just trying to lead with God, lead with grace, but like do a flip.
You should watch gymnastics.
What if I did a somersault? Like, would that help or hurt?
It would definitely hurt. Like, I don't think that would help anything.
What if I hung upside down from like the monkey bars?
Well, then, and I just don't think that's what a pregnant woman should do.
No, of course not. But does the baby experience gravity? Would it trip him out?
No,
and so he would then.
I think the womb is like an anti-gravity chamber.
Yeah,
I do.
Did you see that the astronauts who were stuck in space who are now coming back home, they obviously are on a press tour and everybody's asking them like, what did you want to eat first? What did you miss the most food and drink wise? They gave like such bland answers. I was kind of disappointed. One of them was like a latte.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was such a bad answer. Wait, the other guy said chicken salad.
Okay, they don't have that canned up there for you?
And then the third guy who gave like a normal answer said fresh bread.
I just feel like those astronauts like aren't being real.
Oh my God, it's a conspiracy?
No, not a conspiracy. Like, I just feel like maybe they're just such professionals. And also, like, the elk of an astronaut is someone who remains calm.
Yeah.
Not a drama queen whatsoever.
No, I need them to start stuff.
But no. Like, get mad. Get mad, bro. And I actually saw one video that I felt like was the realest moment where this one astronaut was saying how he tuned into his church service every Sunday to like, because he needed God. Mm-hmm. And so he felt really connected. Like he just became very spiritual.
That's
like,
nice.
That's real.
That's
like,
real.
You're
like, yeah.
stuck
Where's
in
the
fucking
struggle?
outer space. Like, where's the panic?
The struggle. Yeah. No, you're so right. They're being too cool, calm, and collected.
However, that is what it takes to be an astronaut. Like, you have to truly be that person.
Of course, these are extenuating circumstances, though.
No, I know, but astronauts are always going to have extenuating circumstances. Like, they seriously chose the coolest of cucumbers to be astronauts, and now they're showing us why they were chosen. But I don't know. Like, I'm just going to need some more emotion from them. They went through something really emotional.
Of course.
So, get mad.
Chicken salad. Can you believe that shit?
No, that's really, really crazy. What was the other one? That was weirder.
Fresh bread and a latte.
A latte? They don't have espresso machine up there?
The lady said latte. No, they have like instant coffee or like, crap. Like you like military food, whether that's like dehydrated.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like Spam.
Yeah, it comes in like a cardboard sleeve. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I guess I'm not going to become an astronaut for a multitude of reasons. One, I don't think I'm physically fit enough.
Way too dramatic.
Way too dramatic.
Very calm.
And you also need to like live a minimal lifestyle. Like you need to be okay with less like material items. You don't take anything. You also need to be, I think, like okay with being bored, which is one of my least favorite feelings.
Well, you could bring games.
Yeah, but who am I going to space with? Because if I'm going to space with you, like you're not going to play with me.
I think
I'd
I'd
be
be
playing
bored
a
enough
lot
to
of
play.
solitaire.
I think I'd get bored enough to play.
Oh, that's good. So maybe if I want a chance to like get you to play Monopoly with me, I just have to take you to space.
For sure, but I played gin with you at Yard House and I whooped your ass.
Jackie did play cards with me at Yard House, and that's why I love Yard House. It kind of brings out the best in people.
Yeah, and we played 4-person gin, so that's kind of hard.
It was extra competitive with one deck.
And I whooped your tushies.
I don't know if I would say whoop. It was like a pretty long game, and by the end, like somebody needed to win, and it just happened to be you. Honestly,
That's
I'm not.
I had strategies.
She
I
didn't.
had irons in the fire.
She didn't. Like that's the thing. Not to be like a sore loser, because I can respect that like you won, but it wasn't this like great feat.
Okay, so I won't tell you my strategies then for how to win at gin. I won't tell you.
That's okay. I don't need them. I don't think that I do. Honestly,
You don't need them when you're not playing against me.
Okay, bitch. We have a great show today. Did you watch Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion part 1?
It was so good.
It was. I don't feel like this season was the elk of a 3-part reunion. Having said that, part 1 didn't disappoint as much as I thought it would, given the fact that part 1 is usually the most boring.
Yeah,
and it does sort of set the scene as to why Garcelle left. You thought she was being dramatic? Like, no, she's definitely on an island by herself.
Yeah.
And having to finally come to like answer for a lot of the things that she said over the years that like are a little fucked up, But like, I guess up until this point, we hadn't really like discussed them.
Yeah, and she just thinks she's like being like funny in her confessionals, and I think like probably the producers around her like hype her up, and people are like, "Oh my God, Garcelle, you slay!" And then like, then people are like, "Hey, that was really nasty." And then when it's everyone, and what are you gonna say? Like, there's nothing. So I think she just got like a little too hyped up on herself.
We'll recap it in the TV recap, but she definitely also put way too many of her eggs in Sutton's basket. Like it's kind of like a rookie mistake to just tether yourself to one person and have no friendships outside of that, because you really can't film if that one relationship then becomes a little weathered, which it seems to be becoming.
And like you don't really have that much going on. It was like really harsh when Erica said like, I want you to be more interesting.
She's like, it's not that you're not sharing stuff, it's that you have nothing to share.
Yeah, and in which case like sometimes like it's a season for reality TV and it's not. And her work, she doesn't have a lot to share in her personal life because she's working so much.
Right.
So it's not like she doesn't have work.
Yeah. So we'll get into that. How are the stories?
The stories are RBG. I like them.
Random but good.
Mm-hmm. I like some of them.
You like it? You will love it.
I like it a lot.
Can I tell you who does not stop saying you will love it?
Ben.
Ben, he loves it.
Say, who else do you talk to that would know that?
So true. Oh my God, I had like a real, sorry, we're going to get to the stories, but just one second. So Ben's birthday is tomorrow.
Happy birthday, Bunglish.
I made a Pargy dinner reservation like weeks ago. I'm really proud. Like I got this great reservation. It's a fabulous new place. We're going away to like a little spa retreat this weekend. And then he was like, by the way, I got this great tea time at this like fancy golf course on Thursday. So like we're going to golf on Thursday. And like, not me, obviously. The way I was so hurt, like I've built up in my mind, like Ben is my prisoner, but in my mind, like he wants to be there. You know what I mean? Like he would, there's nowhere else he would rather be. And the fact that it's his birthday and like he can do whatever he wants. And of course I can't say anything, like he's choosing not to spend it with me. It just kind of, it was this break in my belief that like my prisoner is also my friend. Do you know what I mean?
Well, would you want to go golf with him?
He did then say like, you can come and ride in the cart. Like, please kill me.
Like, do you
know how
want to do
uncomfortable that cart
anything
is?
on Thursday?
Yeah, lay in bed and watch TV. We have so much fun when we do that.
It's not that he's choosing other people over you. It's that he's choosing golf over laying in bed.
He's choosing life.
Yeah,
It just hurt I didn't expect it to hurt my feelings so much, honestly.
Well, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I guess I'll just have all day to get ready for my big date. Watch he comes back. Can we just order in? I'm kind of tired. No fucking way, bitch. I made this reservation weeks ago.
Yeah.
We're going and we're going to like it.
You will love it.
You will love it. Okay.
Now, without further ado, it is time for the RBG stories that you need to know.
And the stories that you need to know are brought to you by YSL Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss.
YSL.
So it's we're pretty pargy. We're pretty fancy here. We're also glamazon queens, right? Like we know good makeup as on-camera talent. And let me tell you, this is a pargy product. It's called the YSL Love Shine Plumping Oil Gloss. If you're looking for a new lip gloss, YSL Beauty just came out with their new one, and we are obsessed. It's an oil-infused plumping lip gloss that provides juicy, glossy shine and plumper, fuller-looking lips with an ultra-hydrating feel. Let me tell you, the component, like the little bottle, is also so sick. Like you whip that out at a restaurant, they're like, oh, this girl knows what's good. This girl's chic. This girl's elegant. It has like the YSL branding all over it. It's a really gorgeous lip gloss, the product, but also like the packaging. It's infused with spicy ginger oil and hyaluronic acid. This non-sticky formula leaves lips feeling softer, smoother, and instantly plumped. Its jumbo plush wand provides a soft, cushiony feel. It has a really comfortable, soft plumping effect and a jumbo plush wand for a cushiony application. It comes in 9 dreamy shades. As somebody who's always on the go, no one does have time for a lip gloss that's like sticky and getting everywhere and like leaks in your purse. No, the Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss is going to give you the perfect glossy shine. Shop all 9 pargy shades of the YSL Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss now at Sephora. If you're looking for a lip gloss that makes your lips feel as good as they look, then you've got to try Love Shine. It's the YSL Love Shine Plumping Lip Oil Gloss. It's available now at Sephora. Today's episode is also brought to you by Primal Kitchen. So Primal Kitchen is one of our newer sponsors, but it's definitely like shaking up the community, would you say?
It's a major disruptor.
It's a major disruptor because we're all trying to eat better, right? And that means like more whole ingredients, less chemicals, less toxicity. And obviously the big things, that's easy to do. But like, are we really reading all the ingredients and like making our own condiments, hot sauce, ketchup? No, that's kind of the last thing we're worrying about. And now we don't have to, because Primal Kitchen is just like a brand of Pargy dressings, Pargy sauces, Pargy condiments, made right, made well, that taste delicious. We know that we should be eating more real whole foods, but who has the time? Primal Kitchen condiments, they have nailed the perfect combination of high quality ingredients and delicious flavors. So your meals are going to taste as real and homemade as it gets. They're not just made from real ingredients, they're also made for real food eating. So a lot of their best-selling products are viral. The buffalo sauce, which Ben loves. He loves to make like buffalo cauliflower. It's great for wings, dips, roasted veggies. Also, they have a no dairy ranch dressing. Have you ever seen the ingredients in like the most best-selling ranches? It's actually horrifying. Great for pizza, of course, whatever people put ranch on. It's so personal. They also have unsweetened ketchup made with real organic California-grown tomatoes. So all of your favorites when it comes to that door of your fridge, replace with Primal Kitchen. You won't know. They taste Pargy, but they're really good for you. If you're all about real food that needs a little help making it exciting, you need to try Primal Kitchen's condiments and sauces made with real ingredients that we love. It's a secret weapon to making easy dinners of just protein and veggies taste amazing. Head to primalkitchen.com/toast to save 20% off your next online order with code TOAST at checkout. That's PRIMAL kitchen.com/toast. Our code is TOAST. Primal Kitchen products are also available in stores nationwide, so visit primalkitchen.com/toast to find a location nearest you. Today's episode is also brought to you by Quince. As designers ourselves, we know that the textile industry can be tough. And as a consumer, girls who love to shop and invest, we really do like to invest in luxury items, but that's obviously not a sustainable way to live, even though you want everything in your life to be luxury. Obviously, we can't do that. So with vacation season being upon us, treat yourself to luxury upgrades that you deserve with Quince's high-quality travel essentials at fair prices. So Quince is kind of known for being a Pargy destination for clothing. I mean, actually, they carry stuff I didn't even know. I just got curtains from Quince. And they are the same ilk, the same quality as like top-tier designers, but they cost way less. They're much more affordable, and I'll tell you how they do that. So they sell lightweight European linen styles from just $30. They have washable silk tops, really comfy lounge sets, which is great for travel. They also carry luggage options, really premium ones. They have stylish tote bags to carry all of your tings. The best part about Quince is that their items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They do that by partnering directly with top factories. They're cutting out the cost of the middleman and then passing the savings on to you. They only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes, which we love. So for your next trip, treat yourself to the luxe upgrades you deserve with Quince and go to quince.com/toast for 365-day returns plus free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/toast for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/toast.
Thank you, /chart.
What can I say?
Our first story, some exciting baby and podcasting news. And no, it's not about you.
Oh.
But Jason Kelce showed his newborn daughter, Finnley, on the New Heights podcast. And this was actually hysterical because Kelce gave birth a few days ago, and Jason and Travis were recording New Heights, and the baby makes an appearance. And so Travis virtually met Jason and Kylie's newborn daughter while recording Wednesday's New Heights episode. Jason said, "We just had a baby. Do you want to see your new niece?" And they literally put the baby in the frame and the headphones on the baby.
That's really funny.
And Travis is like, "Hey, little muffin." He said, "Look at you, just hanging out with mom." He asked if she was still nameless because they couldn't settle on a name.
Right.
Kylie replied, "We had to fill out birth certificate paperwork. You could technically leave without it, but we wouldn't remember to fill out the fucking paperwork." Agreed. Like, you're not doing paperwork after you get home. So she said that her husband deadass refused to let her name the baby Finn, which has instead become her nickname, and her birth certificate name is Finnley. And he's chatting with the baby. He said, "Are you happy to be out?"
LO. It's a good question. Probably not.
And Jason said, "How was Kylie's uterus?" Asking the big questions.
How was Kylie's uterus? That's actually really funny.
It's actually so funny. Hysterical that they put the baby on the podcast in the headphones. And that's how Travis really met his new niece, because he had only seen one photo.
Now, why hasn't Travis met the niece? Travis is obviously not busy. He's not working. Like, go to Philadelphia and meet your niece.
Yeah, well, I think it's just a few days, you know? Like, he doesn't have to be the first one there. This is their fourth child. Like, I do think people get less and less, like, hyped up. And it's like, we'll meet her when we meet her. And maybe he has plans to make his way. But him and Taylor have been, I don't know.
Was Travis in his usual setup? Like, did he appear to be home?
No. He appears to be in front of, like, an ornate barn door.
Ooh, not an ornate barn door. Let me take a look at this. Hang on.
Go to page 6. It's the first story, so then you can
I'm
see
just going to go to their
pictures.
episode.
Oh, okay. That works too. But then you could see the pictures of Finnley with the headphones, which is seriously the funniest thing I've ever seen.
It actually is really funny. Okay. He hasn't been in his... Yeah. Oh, by the way, that's a perfect way to describe it. It's an ornate barn door.
Yeah. So I don't think that's his house. They had been spending time in the mountains, like in Utah and Yellowstone, and so maybe they're still out west.
I'm also thinking of Taylor's real estate portfolio. Like, where does this door fit in? She has this big estate in Nashville. You might have a door like that at your Nashville home.
You might, but they've been traveling. They're like enjoying life right now. I don't know if they went back home.
They could be at a rental for sure.
I'm feeling like it's a rental.
So interesting that he's still not home. That's really what I was wondering and gleaning from his. Because you can tell when he's home, he's in his studio, just like you. He has an at-home studio.
Yeah, they're very similar to us. They're
extremely
male us.
Now, what does Taylor Swift get for like her boyfriend's new niece, excuse me?
I don't think Kylie would want an Hermes blanket. I think she would literally hate that.
Yeah, she would want like a baby Brezza, like something really practical that like will help her in the night.
But I could see her like hating a baby Brezza. You know, I feel like she has really strong opinions. So
do you think she has a baby list, honestly?
No, because she has everything for babies because she has 3. So I think just like maybe like a cashmere sweater that says Finnley or something, like just a normal gift. And then
that's a really good call.
But then also like baking for her, like bringing her. I think that's what Taylor could do. I think that's like the nicest thing you could do for someone.
It's like nurture the mother.
Yeah. And so if they are going to Philadelphia, she'll come over and she'll cook. That would be like the best thing to do.
Yeah, that's like a huge underrated gift. Like, come over, do the dishes. What if you just unloaded the laundry?
Yeah, I wouldn't expect that from anyone other than like real family. But yeah, if someone wants to bring me over a pot of soup, that's amazing.
That is amazing, but like make sure to clean the pot when you're done.
No,
like don't give me jobs.
They'll come pick it up. Or bring a beef stew for a nursing mother. Like that's actually the best gift you could give a new mother.
Well, I feel like I've spoken that like a lot of my anxiety about being postpartum mostly has to do with the fact that my apartment will be messy because that's just like not something I can handle. And so if you are a person in my life who's close to me who probably will be invited over, let this be your message. Like, please, first of all, don't bring stuff. Like, I don't need more crap in my house. Like, don't bring me a gift basket. Like, I'm never going to get to it. Why don't you bring a broom and a mop and just roll up your sleeves and get to work?
Or they could just like pay the day rate for your housekeeper.
Sure. That works too. But like, you know, don't be afraid to roll your sleeves up and start putting things away. That's what I want those who are close to me listening to this episode. That's what I want them to walk away from this episode with.
Okay. I think that works.
And please don't bring stuff. That's actually something I'm like anxious about.
You should register on baby list for a broom.
No, literally, it's going to be like Swiffer. It's it's going to be like Swiffer products, Clorox, and I feel like people feel compelled to like come over and they're not empty-handed. And I just want everyone in my life to know, like, please come over empty-handed unless it's a sweet treat. Like, I don't need more crap, like more boxes and bags piling up in the foyer.
I
don't even have a foyer, and I think it's a foyer.
I'll reserve my thoughts.
Do you think it's a foyer?
I think it's both. I think it's like foyer is the real word, but we say foyer.
Got it. And foyer becomes just like a dumpster. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts? What are you not saying?
Nothing.
You think I'm gonna want stuff?
What?
Or you think nobody's gonna want to come over because I'm being such a nightmare?
I think you're just overrating all of this and worrying about like I think you're just going to be like in a peaceful state, and as long as like you're holding baby, as long as you're holding baby, like who cares what's in the foyer?
Oh, me. Like no,
I'm just saying you might change.
I might, and honestly, I hope that I will. Having said that, like,
and you're in bed with baby, so like you don't even see the foyer.
I have been in some of the lowest and highest moments of my life, and like my foyer was still top of mind.
Okay.
I'm just saying, I hope you're right, though. I do.
Yeah, I hope so too.
But like, I actually don't want to. I don't want to lose that part of myself.
No. It will always come back. But like in the immediate aftermath, like I really hope that just takes a back seat.
Well, I would hope that like everybody around me is like cleaning up so that I don't even have to wait. It's a non-issue.
Give her anything. I'm not even going to give you the blanket that I was going to get you because like you don't need it. It's not a need.
Jackie, you are going to give me the blanket. You are.
Why? What if it ends up in the foyer?
It won't. I have a place for it on my rocker. I'm ready for it. You can send it now.
Don't get her anything. Let's give her what she wants.
Fine. Yeah, rubber gloves, toilet brushes. Like, yeah, come on.
Okay.
I have space for that.
Okay. I think we should do it, guys. I know everybody who's getting gifts listens to the show. Like, I'm telling you, let's see.
Great. Please do not bring stuff like for all.
Okay. So Mazel Tov to the Kelces and to Finnley. Welcome to the world.
That's a cute name too. It fits with like their vibes. Wyatt. That's the only one I know.
There's one with an E. Like Elsie.
Elliot. Oh, you're right.
Hold on. Now we just need to put it.
No, it's not Elsie, Kelce.
I love that.
I do too.
Okay. Wyatt, Elliot, but it's spelled like funny.
Yeah, they do two T's.
Two T's and an E at the end.
Yeah, so a lot of people thought when they were guessing this baby's name that it was going to have two T's. Now, the baby naming expert that I watched a video on said they didn't do the double T's, but they still did double consonant with Finnley.
I see. So Wyatt, Elliot, T-E, and Bennett. Cute. Really cute.
Cute.
And then Finnley. So cute.
Yeah.
Mazel.
Are
you ready for the next story?
It's 11/11. Make a wish.
I wish for parchiness like this forever.
I wish for my baby to flip in his own time.
Our next story is Morgan Wallen cashing in on the SNL drama and releasing God's Country merch. So yesterday, Morgan Wallen dropped some new merch saying, "Get me to God's Country." It's a t-shirt and 2 hats. It's actually quite pargy. This story has obviously become like so viral and he's cashing in on it.
And a couple of, well, actually just one story about SNL came out yesterday that kind of answers some of the questions we were having about how there was a sketch that Joe Jonas was featured in. I don't know if you saw, they needed like a musician and it was written for Morgan and he had declined it. They didn't say that it was like a bad thing. He just didn't want to be in it, which is his right. You're there to perform music. You don't like have to do other stuff. Most people want to do it. He didn't. And that's why Joe Jonas took the gig. So I think that does indicate like a sign of just, you know, not being a team player, if you will.
I think a sign for me of like, I'm here to do the 2 songs. Like, we're doing 2 songs. I don't need to like be a part of this.
Nothing more, nothing less.
And then when it's over, I'm walking out the door. And I am starting to feel like the God's Country thing was more so like he didn't enjoy his time in New York City. Like, I don't feel like it was about SNL being godless heathens, but I do think the 2 things together have made it look like the walk-off plus get me out of here makes it look like he's angry at SNL. But I actually could see a world where it's just like something that he posted because he missed home and he's been in this big city.
And that's how you refer to the South. Like,
yeah, and not like that he's running away from SNL, but like he spent a week in New York City, and if you don't love New York City, like that's a kind of a tough place to be.
I agree, actually. I think that it's possible that we are looking far too deep into this. Although the walk-off like was so shocking that, and somebody did then tag me, thank you. The last time he did SNL, what did he do during the credits? And he did exactly what he was supposed to do. Thank you, and giving everyone hugs, like, you know, playing the part. So he knows. It wasn't a lack of knowledge.
Yeah, and he didn't want to do that this time. So I think like the 2 things together make each thing seem bigger, but I could see a world where he had no idea that this plus the walk-off would equal like Morgan Wallen hates SNL.
Agreed. Do you think we will ever see him on SNL again? Because you would think no after the last time, but... he did come back.
I feel like, they said he's fine with the network. And I do think that I think it's possible he didn't have an awful time. He just like doesn't want to be a part of it more than like doing the job.
And I don't think he thought "Get Me to God's Country" was going to become like such a viral phrase. And I love, you know, taking the opportunity to make some coin. It's very disgraced queen of him.
Yeah. And it's really cute merch. And like, get me to God's country.
This is God's country.
So the whole thing has just become really funny. And
did God's country as a like term for the South, did that exist before Blake Shelton's song?
I think so, but probably he really popularized it. And now, of course, Morgan Wallen should also do a cover of that song.
Did you see the swirly? Because you know
the Blake Shelton one is a cover. Just want to say.
I don't think it is.
Blake Shelton's like always low key, like doing
Musty
covers.
Riverside, getting baptized in holy water and shine with the dogs running.
No, it's such a crazy song.
It's a crazy song. Not me like in New York City, like at Shabbat dinner singing that song. I don't think he thought it would get that far.
Yeah.
Saved by the sound of a, like it's so crazy. On a musty riverside. Like literally me.
Yeah.
Is it a cover? No.
It's hard to find out, but it doesn't look like it.
Wait, I had one more thing I wanted to
Blake
say.
Shelton had it in him.
Oh, you guys know, like as a part of my transition to becoming a Gen Xer, I'm watching a lot of programming that Gen X would like, and that includes American Idol. Did you see the
switched from
girly
The Voice when you were Gen Z?
Right. Oh, also, did you see Kelly Clarkson on Kelce's podcast talking about how like she's talked a lot about how her foray into like Hollywood and the pop music scene after American Idol, because it was so new, like this competition show, there were a lot of people who were like looked down on her and very derogatory because she came from one of these types of talent shows. And she was like, it was just so funny to see people like who treated me like that then go on to, and she was like, judge The Voice. And now people are guessing like who she was talking about. I kind of feel like it was Christina Aguilera. I just feel like they were probably swirling at the same time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Could it also be men?
It could.
Like Adam Levine.
That was the second most popular comment. I guess he's just known to be a dick. So like, if the shoe fits,
he's such a voice judge.
Yeah, when you think
Some
The
people
Voice,
have judged The Voice, but we can't remember them.
Correct. And some people haven't judged The Voice in years. Adam Levine, but he's eternally there.
Yeah, he's a voice judge.
So I don't know if you saw the girlie on American Idol who went viral because she auditioned with "Waiting All Day for Sunday Night." She literally sang the entire song in a primetime fight. Carrie loved it, was like mouthing along with words. Everybody's cracking up. And she actually did like a very good musically, like her voice was amazing.
I'm cracking up. So many people tagged me in an American Idol video of this girl who's like the next Carrie Underwood, and I didn't watch it. And now I know why they were tagging me.
It was a great tag.
That is so... Okay,
do me a favor, watch it later.
I will.
You'll enjoy seeing Carrie, like they all know it immediately. Maybe not Lionel. I think he was like a little confused. That's not his fault. Luke Bryan knew exactly what was going on, and it was just hilarious and a great way to stand out.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. Lots going on in the Gen X community. Join me.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah, we do have a lot of fun
being Gen X.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck, you know. Mm-hmm. I am a Latin Gen Xer. Deny my identity. Deny me. Yeah.
Are you ready for our next story?
Yeah.
Which is actually a story I'm obsessed with. I don't know,
okay.
like, I have a really warm place in my heart for Kristin Cavallari and her dating life. And
you do, and if it were for you, I would know none of it.
Claudia, this is the cutest story, okay? And I just need you to listen because Kristin Cavallari, has released a new podcast about her dating life, and she dropped the name of her secret most recent fling. He's like a former NHL player. And so she was named, hold on.
I'm gonna look up a picture.
Nate Thompson.
I'm on my way.
Yeah. So she talked about how they like spent New Year's together, that they were like dating for a little bit, how it was like really good and
he's so cute.
Like kind of like short lived, but she had like only really good things to say. And then he went on his podcast, because he has a podcast too, and talked about her talking about him. And actually the way they're talking about each other, like they need to get married. It's so cute. So this is what he said. He said, it's okay. It's fine. I mean, I knew it was only a matter of time before things came public. That's her world. That's what she does. Her podcast, obviously, as you know, is pretty big, and she talks about her relationships. So I knew it was probably going to come out eventually. He insisted he has nothing bad to say about Kristin, whom he described as a really, really good person and a great mom. He said, It was fun. She's a cool person. We had a good time. Life is gonna life, and it just didn't work out. He said they had a lot in common, given that they're both single parents to their respective children. He said, obviously, we don't live in the same city, so that dynamic changed things, but he reiterated that they kind of hit it off, but things didn't work out. He went on to echo what Kristin had said, which was that he went to Nashville a couple of times and saw her. I was with her for New Year's. We told each other a lot of things in a very short amount of time, and we were pretty open and honest about a lot of stuff. Though the two had a connection in the short time that they talked or hung out, he wouldn't have called her his girlfriend, he said. He would, however, call her very genuine. He said, she hustles, she does her thing, so I've got a lot of respect for her and how she handles herself with everything she has to deal with being in the limelight.
Now, I just want to, like, is he good?
Oh, he's retired, so it, like, doesn't matter.
Okay, he played for the Boston Bruins, the New York Islanders, and the Anaheim. Now, this is a novel. I don't know if you know that there's like a very big genre of romance novels obsessed with hockey players. They are like, I think of all the sports, like for some reason, romance novels have become fixated on hockey players, even though I feel like hockey players are like not the most famous. Like, I don't know why like the romance community, but it's just kind of assumed that like if you're a hockey player, you're like really good at sex. Honestly, like that's like the assumption. Something about the skates, like you know how to glide. I don't know what it is.
That's
and
funny.
I've read one romance, Icebreaker, really good. So I love that this is happening IRL for Kristin Cavallari. Like it seems like a novel.
Yeah, it does. He met her through Instagram. He DM'd her and then they talked a little bit, and his cousin like lives right by her. So they knew mutual people. And then all of a sudden, like he's in Nashville visiting her. And the whole time that they were like dating, but not exclusive or anything, like nobody knew. But now she talks about relationships on her podcast, and I actually like respect her for like naming names, you know, and like really giving
but waiting
details.
till it's over too. Like,
But, like,
so enjoy your life.
Giving real
then let us
details,
know.
and then like the fact that he's like so cool with it and like understands that that's her job
Love.
and has only nice things to say about her. Like, why didn't it work out? Get back together.
Right person, wrong time.
Move for her.
And I feel like Kristin Cavallari has the most interesting like DM inbox. Like,
Yeah, well, he was
there
also
are certain people who you would just love to go through their phones, and she's one of them.
He said like he watched a little bit of Laguna Beach like when it was on. He didn't watch The Hills. So he said he didn't know anything up to date, which is probably good, but that he definitely liked her on Laguna Beach. He said, I think every guy thinks Kristin Cavallari is hot for the most part. She's a very good looking girl.
No, I'm smitten. And the fact that they're like having these dueling conversations on these random podcasts, like it's actually too much.
It's really cute. And it's like so much respect both ways. Like, no, I respect you more. I respect you more.
And he's not mad that like she blew up his spot.
No, he said like, I expected it would get out. This is what she does. She's good at what she does. And it's all so respectful. Like, get married.
Ship.
Get married.
Ship.
So I thought that was really cute.
It is. Thanks for sharing.
Are you ready for our next story?
Is this 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready.
It's actually perfect to be the 4th story because the big 4 Beatles are headed to the big screen. So
Oh, yeah.
The bio-
Did you see that Mikey Madison is rumored to be playing Yoko Ono?
I did see that, and I like that. I've decided
She's not Asian.
I've decided I like her.
I like her too. She's Jewish. Do you
So?
think it's crazy that like she's not Asian? Like, I think it's a little crazy.
Nah, I think she's perfect.
Okay.
And like people
Okay.
are so sensitive about that stuff these days. They've definitely looked through her lineage. She must have.
She's got an uncle.
She's got something because they wouldn't like do that if there was nothing there.
Yes.
I think she'll be perfect. I actually really like that because also it's hard when your first role, you win the Oscar, like
It's very, where do you go from
what's
here?
your next role? Every year
I
at
could
the
see a world in
Oscars-
which we never saw her again.
Agreed. Every Oscars you see someone who you know like we're never going to see you again. Like I'm sorry. And it's cool if you win. It doesn't even matter if you win or you don't win. Like we're not going to see you again. So I'm glad
And this
that
is like a highly anticipated casting, like the movie. Not by me. I don't give a fuck.
So
but
there's a couple of goodies. So Barry Keoghan is playing Ringo Starr. I don't know if we already knew that, but it actually seems pretty on the news.
On the news, yeah.
Even though I am a Sabriner,
I saw it on the news.
I'm a Sabriner. He could play Ringo. It's fine.
Yeah, like the loser Beatle. Who cares?
Paul Mescal will be playing Paul McCartney. Like that's good for the group average.
Agreed. And he doesn't have to change his name.
Right. He won't be confused on set when they're like, Paul,
It's very
Paul.
Miley Stewart, Miley Cyrus.
Joseph Quinn.
Raven Simone, Raven Baxter.
Right. Joseph Quinn will be playing George Harrison. I don't know either of those people, so that works.
I know George, he's the least famous Beatle, and I know Joseph, he's from Stranger Things, and he has like a cult following. That doesn't include me, but I'm familiar with his game.
And then Harris Dickinson will play John Lennon, which is the role of a
Harris
lifetime.
Dickinson? Let me just look up this fella. Harris Dickinson. Oh, cutie. I don't
He
think I
was
know
in
him from
Triangle of
anything.
Sadness. We saw that. He was the
Oh,
one with the
God.
model girlfriend.
That
And
fucking
Baby
dreadful
Girl.
movie.
And Crawdads.
Yeah, so
And
it turns out
Kingsman.
this casting is like very much like, it's like yassified. Like they have all Paul Mescal, Barry Keoghan. It's all like the girlies. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Even this guy, like he's from Triangle of Sadness. Like it's all the like British hotties of the moment. I guess that's what it should be. It's the
Because
Beatles.
that's who the Beatles were.
But you know who I feel is missing from this casting? I don't know who he would play, but the guy who played young Prince Charles and then was in The Challengers. Like he's so classic.
Maybe he'll be like a manager or something.
Oh, yeah, I forgot there are other roles in the film. And then, of course, I don't know if it's been confirmed that she's Yoko, but it's rumored.
No, I only saw Pop Crave said it, and then I went to look for a story today, and it's not, no one else is reporting it.
Okay.
But they are whispers that Amy Lou Wood from White Lotus might be cast as Patty Boyd. She's been posting some like Easter eggs of Patty, and Patty also had a gap tooth, and they do look alike.
Okay, I don't who's Patty in this life.
So George
in the context of this film,
George Harrison's ex-wife, of course.
And why do we care?
Because Amy Lou Wood from White Lotus.
No. I mean, like, why would her casting be of interest?
Well,
I
also need to say that each Beatle is getting their own movie. This is 4 different movies that are coming out in one year.
Right.
So, like, if someone has an ex-wife, that's a pretty big role in their movie.
Okay, totally forgot. And it also sounds like we are the type of people who need to see this movie because I legit know nothing about the Beatles and I actually don't care. I love Amy Lou Wood. She's great in The White Lotus. And yes, she does look visually, mostly because of the gap, but also because they're just like pretty young girls, like Patty Boyd.
Yeah, so I hope...
I like that.
That's that. Yeah, they're trying to make this, I guess, like Avengers, where like every superhero has their own movie and then together they have one big movie. And let's see how it goes. I would give it a chance if it's good.
I don't know that I would. That's very big of you, but I have a lot going on.
I just don't know if I have enough like time and space in my
hours
heart
in the day
to care about the Beatles.
4 times.
Yeah. But I might become obsessed with the Beatles from this, as one does.
Like you did, like with Elvis.
More.
Yeah.
Tell me
maybe
about
you'll have like the
George.
Elvis effect.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Beatles song?
Oh, interesting. Let me look at their catalog quickly.
Oh, blah dee, oh, blah da. Like, that's so classic us.
Like, a lot of their songs are really annoying, but I do feel like they would have like a couple of pargy ones.
Yeah, I do think that when they say, hey, Judy, 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 like, they slap, they ate with that. It's like, I find myself getting taken by the music. Of course, Here Comes the Sun always makes me think of the Parent Trap.
It might be Here Comes the Sun. Yes, some of these are so annoying. Come together. Like,
yeah, not my favorite.
Now.
But it's more so like that there's nothing wrong with the song. There's wrong with like what the culture did with the song. Do you know what I mean?
In the USSR is Beatles?
No, it's Sigourney Weaver.
I know. Well, if that's Beatles, I love that song.
It's Sigourney Weaver in Heartbreakers. Everybody knows she wrote that song.
I love that song. Oh, Let It Be is really pretty.
Oh, I agree. Parjalish. I love Fifth Harmony's cover of it. I'm being dead serious. It's really beautiful.
I love the Hebrew version.
Oh, also good. Lo-yah-hey.
Lo-yah-hey. I actually think it's better.
I think it's fair to say they have a lot of good songs, honestly.
But they also have a lot of annoying songs, like Yellow Submarine. What the fuck is that?
I think that was like kind of the what does the fox say of that time, honestly.
I agree. Harry
and I'm
got
sorry,
into
this is
Yellow
not very
Submarine.
Gen X of me. This is not.
True.
Oh my God, Jackie! Don't let your kids ever find Yellow Submarine.
We were at the farmers market and they were giving out a flyer for like this Beatles cover band. It was a picture of a yellow submarine, and he was asking a lot of questions. So I put on the song.
Oh no!
On repeat.
Oh no!
On repeat.
No!
That was a
I take it back.
Weekend.
It's kind of the Baby Shark of the.
It's really
of the 70s or whenever the Beatles were.
Yeah. Okay. So
and I think that the Beatles' best song is 4 5 Seconds.
That's just Paul. Do you think that'll be in his one?
It better. Like, I think that 4 5 Seconds by Rihanna, Paul, and that other freak is literally the best song made in the last like 25 years.
Yeah, it's really good.
From Wallen, like so good. Yeah. And that's like the last song Rihanna ever released. And you know what? If that was the last song I released, I probably wouldn't release anything after that either because you're never going to make anything as good.
Yeah. Are you ready for our 5th and final story?
No.
She's
kind of the name on everybody's lips today, Baby List. They are sponsoring the 5th and final story, which is like kind of a huge moment for the brand.
And for us, because we love Baby List.
So I knew about Baby List, obviously, before I got pregnant. One, I know Jackie used it, but also anytime a friend of mine has a baby, like you just go to Baby List, you know that they have a registry there. And so I knew that it was the place for registries, but I really didn't realize for myself. So we've talked about this a little bit, like culturally, just like we're not the types of girls, we're very superstitious around pregnancy. So we're not having our nurseries ready to go by the 6-month mark like some of these girls on TikTok. I'm so jealous of them, but we just don't do that. So I have found it like very overwhelming, like the things I'm going to need. And like I'm very organized like that. I have like OCD. And so Babylist has been amazing for like creating checklists and just like getting myself organized so that when the time comes, I can order everything from Babylist like at once. I just think it's literally become my new favorite app to scroll on. Like move over TikTok. It's me and the Babylist app. So it's basically a one-stop shop for making it feel easy to prepare for having a baby. Obviously, there's nothing easy about what's about to happen, but Babylist really does help like, when it comes to like the mind games, you know?
Yes, and it also helps with like the people asking, what do you want? Like not only do I not want to tell you, I don't want to answer your text message, here's the link to my Babylist so that I'm getting only things that I want and need and not extraneous items that I don't want.
And you know what? They had a feature that I thought was so brilliant. When I was buying a gift for my friends Nikki and Jordan, it gave you an option. Do you want this person to send you a thank you note? And I was like, no, people should not have to send thank you notes at this time in their life. Like
so crazy.
It's such a brilliant, I was like, oh my God, everybody needs this. They really think of everything. And there's a reason why it's the internet's favorite registry. You can add anything from anywhere, find the best prices and keep track of everything. It's super easy and helpful. Get the best brands from a place that you can trust and let your friends and family find the best prices anywhere. It's a go-to resource for growing families. It is so much more than a baby's registry with an interactive checklist and shopping guides and expert reviews with real parenting advice. Their universal registry lets you add anything from any store, so everything's in one place, which is also kind of crazy, like that you can literally register for anything.
No, it's amazing. You get that little add to baby list button on your bookmark bar and you go to any website, hit add to baby list. Like you could be at shoptoastmerch.com adding to baby list. Just saying.
So I also feel like it's really good for research. I was talking about like my stroller dilemma and being able to like read reviews and then like learn about different strollers. Babylist is super helpful for that and like managing and keeping track of all of it. So again, while I have purchased 2 things now from Babylist because I am getting a little bit further along. So I have started like the purchasing very slowly, but like weeks and months ago, I really downloaded the app and like started cultivating my vibe. I was like making little like graphics of like what my room could look like. Trying not to get ahead of myself, of course. But Babylist has really just been like a fabulous resource for me. So whether you're like a superstitious person or you're somebody who wants to get it all done day one, really Babylist is the perfect app to have downloaded on your phone. So go to babylist.com/toast to start your registry for free or to find your friends' registries and give the best baby gifts. Create your registry this month at babylist.com/toast and you'll automatically be entered to win a $500 Babylist gift card through the end of April. Full giveaway terms can be found at babylist.com/hello-baby/giveaway-rules. Whether you're building your own registry or helping a friend find the best stuff, Babylist is a game changer.
It really is. I can't even tell what's better when you're the person receiving Babylist and you get everything that you want, or when you're buying a gift for someone and you know that your gift
it's
is gonna
something they need. Yeah,
and it's like crushed
seriously.
it.
Oh my God, I'm feeling really gassy.
Well, our 5th and final story is actually really funny to me because someone stepped in it.
I can't wait to laugh.
Someone stepped in it today, and it was actually Ariana DeBose.
Wow, what are the odds somebody would step in it like so majorly twice?
So this is really funny because she posted a quote about narcissism on her Instagram, and the quote said, hold on, I need to get the exact words. It said, narcissism is not something to be coddled or encouraged. And it was on like a graphic of like flowers. Now, if you remember from last week, that was from Jonah Platt's post about Rachel Zegler.
Oh my, wait, not them making quote cards from Jonah Platt's Instagram comment.
Right, and lest we not forget, Ariana DeBose and Rachel Zegler were in West Side Story together. Like
and they run in similar like theatrical circles.
Right, so now Ariana is clarifying that she did not know where the quote came from.
I mean, who could know such a niche reference? I didn't even know it.
When she posted the quote that said narcissism is not something to be coddled or encouraged in a since deleted Instagram post Tuesday. She said, quote, I post quotes all the time and thought this one was meaningful. Will fully cop to the fact that I did not do any research on where this quote came from, nor did I know of the connection until it was pointed out to me. I have no intention of inserting myself into a news cycle.
Who would want to be a part of this?
She said, this is not the first time I've posted about dealing with narcissism, and it probably won't be the last, but next time I'll be sure to clarify its origins first.
I don't even think next time you need to do that. Like, what are the odds? This is so crazy.
So crazy. I actually like her statement. I feel like as best as she could backpedal out of this, she did. And she also didn't get into picking sides of Jonah or Rachel. She was like,
no, and I actually believe her, which is why this is like easy for, how do people even put together that this was related. Like, I would never have known. Now, I would have loved for her to insert herself. Like, wow, does she hate Rachel Zegler? What's the tea? But I believe her that, like, seriously, she wanted no part of this. This was not like a big statement. She just is like a quote card girly. And sometimes you quote card a little too close to the sun.
No, it's really true. And she backpedaled out of this like as best as she could. I think her statement really, like, I understand. I don't think it was a slight at Rachel Zegler.
No, I definitely don't.
Yeah.
I just want to know the person who took a quote from Jonah Platz, like, what inspired them to make it into a graphic?
They must have really resonated with it. People really get...
Read it again.
Narcissism is not something to be coddled or encouraged. It was imposed over a bouquet of flowers.
Is that like a relatable...
People are really passionate about narcissism.
Yes, it's like kind of one of the hot button therapy words.
Especially on social
it's losing
media.
its meaning. It's losing its meaning.
It is losing its meaning, but people love to like accuse other people of narcissism. People who have dealt with narcissists, both real and imagined, are constantly speaking about it. So like she said, I will continue to post about narcissism, but I'll be sure to clarify the origins next time.
I like how she talks about it like it's, you know, like racism. Like it's like an, you know, like a cause to be... Do you know what I mean? I will continue to post about anti-Semitism and narcissism and bigotry. Like, she's acting like it's one of those isms. It's not, but I guess it's something that's really affected her. And to be honest, like, this is quite funny of her.
It's hysterical.
And I do believe her. I want to say I believe Ariana.
Yeah, like, this isn't, she has like a couple of demerits, of course. This will not become
just one. Just one.
But this actually is in the pro column because it's a hysterical saga.
Yeah, and I truly believe just like an Instagram faux pas. It's true. Like, nobody researches quote cards. You just like literally pick them up on the side of the road.
Yeah, and if you like the one line, it's like, even if you didn't agree with what was on top or below, like you didn't see it. Like, narcissism is not something to be encouraged or coddled. Okay.
Jackie loves that Instagram account, Third Eye Thoughts. Like, do you know where all of their quotes are sourced from? No.
Well, no, but I think that they're the originators. I do.
I don't, actually.
Interesting.
I think they pillage BradyQuotes.com quite a bit.
Interesting. Well, they're curators, and that's a job.
Beautiful. That's valid.
That's valid. That's real.
1000%.
So, Ariana, thanks for the lols.
Truly, I enjoyed that. And I'm glad that like the Jonah Platt conversation is continuing because that was seriously like one of the funniest things.
Yeah.
Now let's dive into the TV recap. Part 1 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion was on last night. And it's a tale of two couches. And the right couch just like is obviously my preferred couch. But they also are just like a real team and unit. And like the left couch is just falling apart at the seams. Like it's so
and
messy.
Like Kyle doesn't even want to be on the left couch. It's like she would love to be on the right couch, except like she completely ruined all of her chances of being on the right couch with everything she did this season.
Yeah, and so really Garcelle has been the focus of this first part, and I think watching her break for lunch and being like, I had no idea it was going to become like the Garcelle show. She really didn't know that like she had rubbed so many people the wrong way, and I think it's becoming increasingly clear to her that she's on this island alone, and for a while she was on an island alone with Sutton, and that was okay. And now Sutton has sort of like jumped ship, and Garcelle's trying to bring her down with her, being like, well, you said this off camera, and like... Like, nobody cares.
Yeah. No, I think, like, Sutton and Garcelle could still, like, be friends. Sutton doesn't want to not be friends with Garcelle, but she's, like, not going to take up for her with the other girls, unless it's Dorit, whose friendship she still wants. So, really, like, Kyle, she's just not going to be there for her. So, and Garcelle has only done that for Sutton, so, of course, resentment is going to build.
And I think it's interesting how the whole season, everybody's accused DeBose of being Dorit's mouthpiece. And I actually haven't felt that way at all. She definitely likes Dorit best and like defends her friend. But I've never felt like she was speaking for Dorit. I did feel like last night at the reunion, she was being a little bit of a mouthpiece. But I liked that she felt emboldened. Glinda emboldened him to... Like, really, she didn't give a fuck. Like, she was, like, ready to, like, throw down at her first reunion.
Well, that's what the reunion is for, and I think that's why this one is so good, even compared to the season, is because, like, we're just speaking plain now.
Honest,
like, I'm going to ask you a question, I'm going to get the answer. I'm going to ask you your opinion, and you're going to tell it to me. Whereas on the show, everything is, like, you know, there's a million lunches and a million side conversations, and this one meets with that one, and it's like, let's lay it all out on the table. And these are opinionated and thoughtful women, so, like, they have a lot to say, and I was feeling like everyone was so well-spoken outspoken in defending themselves or explaining themselves. But then the next person is like, well, you know, is cutting that down. I'm like, well, that makes sense too. And that's why it was a really good reunion. Even in Dorit talking about her divorce, which like isn't controversial in the group really, I felt like she was doing such a good job of explaining where she's at. But it's so weird how she's like separated from PK. They could still get back together, like that's her family, but also like for her job, which she will need if they divorce, like he's her enemy. And they're like talking so poorly about each other. How do you get back together after that?
I know. And when they announced their separation, like I really thought it was like fake. I thought, you know, storyline, like drama, of course they're going to get back together. But it's becoming increasingly clear that like they have real issues. And I also was really bothered by Kyle, like the whole Kyle PK thing. Like she will not see how she's wrong in that. But I'm glad that Andy was like, you know, you really shook the community when your first response to hearing that PK was like this monster who like verbally abused his wife was that like you couldn't say it. And she really like didn't, I don't feel like she was held accountable enough for that. That was like one of the worst things she said all season long.
When she explained herself and she was like, you know, you could come on here and say anything about your husband and get people on your side because it's only your story that we're hearing, which is actually true. I could see someone doing that and that would be wrong. However, is that what you think of Dorit, this person who's been your friend for over 5 years and your best friend at times? You really think she's that sort of person? That's what's more jarring. Not the idea that someone could do that, because actually I'm sure people do that and we never hear from the husband and they just get dragged through the mud and we're like, yeah, women.
It's true.
But that's what you think of your friend? Why is that your friend?
And then them being like, you blew up his alcoholism. He had shared it. Like, maybe not on the show, but he shared it socially on publicly on social media. Like, they were really grasping at straws.
And what's so funny is if Dorit like had been cagey about it, Dorit's not opening up, Dorit's not real, Dorit doesn't share. Dorit tells everyone when she speaks to them about her divorce,
you're exploiting.
They just hate her.
There were two like kind of gasping moments, and they both were directed at Garcelle, which I actually felt bad for. She was just getting like eaten up and chewed out. Obviously, when Erica was like, I guess I just wish you were more interesting in your life. Like, because it was true. It's like everybody gives so much, and like Garcelle doesn't hold back. She shares about her kids. Like she shares about everything. It's just not that compelling. And so I think her most compelling moments are when she comes for other people, which is not like a good place to be. And so when she was just like, I wish you were more interesting, it was just kind of, it was mean, obviously, but it was so honest.
It was just
like
true.
Yeah. And so that was kind of yikes. And then when Bose was like, I mean, everybody, and she was pointing it at Garcelle, just you thinking that like I'm so easily manipulated to think things of you from Dorit, like you must think very low of yourself. I thought she was going to say you must think very low of me.
Well, that
but then she was like, well, of course. But then when she was like, you think low of yourself, I was like, damn, Garcelle cannot catch a break. Like, honestly, I actually felt bad for her.
No, and it's such a lame look that she's so like big and bad in her confessionals and like just says like really things as harsh and true as this. And then when she's, you know, in the moment, she has nothing to say back. It's just like, it's a weenie look.
So I feel like since she started, she's always been like really kind of slay the house down in her confessionals, but at the reunion, it's never been like a come to Jesus on Garcelle moment.
No, there's just been a lot of other stuff going on.
This is like years in the making, which is why like the burglary stuff. So everybody's kind of airing out like years of grievances, which is just unfortunate for her. But this isn't new behavior. But she got used to being able to say kind of like fucked up shit. And Dorit is right that like you scour Twitter for like the theory that this was like an insurance setup, the burglary for Dorit and her husband. Like that was a conspiracy theory from Twitter. There was no proof, no evidence of that ever. And like Garcelle really ran with it and talked about it the season before last and then again this season because she got away with it. So she's just gotten kind of used to saying crazy things. And for the first time, maybe it's because there's nothing else going on this season. They're like, well, let's talk about Garcelle.
Yeah, and because like Sutton's not unwavering in her support for her, so it just looks even worse when it's just like everyone piling on Garcelle and she has nothing to say.
Yeah. The looks from the group collectively like were not my favorite. And I feel like Beverly Hills always really brings it.
Yeah, I thought Dorit looked great.
She looks very thin.
I know,
like not
she's
in
so
like
tiny.
Not in a complimentary way. I mean, like it feels like
you see like the stress on her. So when she says like she's heartbroken and like
I believe her.
Of course. Like why does like no one believe her? It's really crazy how these women
I don't
give
know.
her. I mean, Bose, of course, supports her, and Erica does too. In the way that, and we have to remember who Erica was when she came on the show. Like, not a girl, self-proclaimed like not a girl's girl, and she's changed so much since being on the show. But she's never gonna be like that. Us against like teamwork makes the dream team. Like she's just like her own person. So as much as she could be like supportive and be that for Dorit, she is, and I have no issue with her, whatever. But it just looks different than like Bose, who's like, yes, girl, like we got this. Us against the world.
Did you feel like that comment Sutton made to Andy about like never having been married was like kind of weird and contentious? Because I got what she was saying in terms of Keely and Bose being like, a guy who's approaching 50 and has never been married or has kids, like, does give you pause. Like, does he have commitment issues? Like, why now? Why does he want to get? And Andy was like, well, I've never been married. And it's obviously different, he's gay and the cultures are just different. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't think it's weird that Andy's never been married. I just don't like.
Yeah, but if someone was like wanting to settle down with Andy now, and they were my friend, like, yeah, I'd have reservations that he is up for the commitment of, and, because he's been 50 years of not.
But actually, I wouldn't. I just feel like, in the gay community, it's like, it's not as big of a deal.
I felt
they're
like
not
Sutton,
as traditional.
I felt like Sutton was spot on, actually, and it just got
about Keely, yes,
about Keely. No, about Andy too.
Was
like Andy is not a commitment person. Like he doesn't want a life partner, and so one day after 50 years, he wakes up and now he knows how to be in a committed relationship. Like I don't think so. So I think Sutton was straight facts. Like yeah, I feel that way about you too.
And look at and then she was like, and look at you.
Yeah, he's a playboy. He is. So like
yeah, I guess I just thought it was kind of a crazy. It's
comment a crazy thing to say
to
your boss and the person who's meeting the conversation who you do want to like you and be on your side. But I thought she was spot on.
Damn, I thought she was spot on about Keely. Like it is a valid concern. That's like the one thing about Bose.
I would say that to any friend who's dating anyone who's like, even a man who's like even 40 that's never been married or have kids or been in a long term or engaged. Like it's just a red flag that can be worked through or understood, but like it definitely gives you pause. I feel like Sutton was totally right for saying that.
Can we talk about Bose's Malibu house? I had no idea she had a beachfront house in Malibu.
No, and this whole time
let
I thought
alone
her
that
primary
burned
burned down. I knew her house burned down, but I thought it was
I didn't know
one that we kept seeing on the show.
And I guess they had filmed, but because it was unseen footage between her and Sutton talking about Keely, and it was at the Malibu house. And I know those houses. It's like when you drive down Pacific Coast Highway and they're on the beach side, they're all gone right now. But like those are like millions and millions of dollars. Like that's something I would have liked to have seen.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
I found that shocking.
Yeah. Sad.
Because we got that whole thing about Garcelle's beach house.
Yeah.
We know about everybody's second homes, Palm Springs, Kyle.
Well, we were just getting to know Bose.
Yeah, but like having a beach house in Malibu, that's definitely something worth knowing.
Yeah, it's true.
So I thought it was actually very good. I had very low expectations for a reunion part one in general, especially for like such a blah season. But you know what? I actually really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it also.
Archie.
So we'll see what's next.
We've got Summer House tonight. Oh, tomorrow. Okay, let's remind everyone. 10 a.m. Eastern time is merch. Tomorrow is also our last episode of the week. We are taking off Friday. Jax has some big plans. And you know what? I'm taking the day.
Yeah.
So, whenever's on, even though we had one on Monday, like
that was not a day. I'm sorry. That was harder than it was for day.
Me. So tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern time, shoptoastmerch.com. I would recommend setting your alarms. There is a good amount of, items available, but we do have a limit on how much is going to be available to ship in the next 1 to 2 weeks. If you don't get what you want in terms of sizing or items, all the items are going to go into pre-order after that. So you will then have to wait about 6 weeks, but you will get what you want. So don't be worried about that. You can check out our Instagram at The Toast for all the items. Jax, generally you're wearing what size and everything?
Large. I took a large in everything and it's super cozy, but could have even done a medium in this for something more fitted.
Yeah, I have an XL and everything just because, like, I think, I have, like, a complex about how I look. But I think, actually, a large might have better suited me in pretty much everything. But if you're going super oversized, I would size up.
Yeah, always cozy.
That's our show, you guys. Coffee's not sitting right in my stomach. You want to wrap up?
Yeah, that's our show. We love you very much. Thank you for listening to The Toast. Make sure to subscribe. Give us a 5-star review. Give us a thumbs up, whatever feels right and natural to you. And we'll see you tomorrow. Love ya. Bye.